Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a long time coming, but I had a few things I had to deal with there, and anyway, that's all fixed up. So basically, today we're going to be solving the last remaining part of the cube, which is the bottom edge pieces. We'll say just the name of it, the bottom edge pieces. 1 second, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Okay, so if you followed along in the previous videos, we have all this done. We have the middle layer done. We have the top layer done. We have the bottom corner pieces done. Now we need to do the bottom edge pieces. So the edge pieces, with the edge pieces, we're only going to be working with, we'll say, two planes of the cube. That's the middle layer and the bottom. This layer here and the bottom. We'll never have to turn these edge pieces and do any fancy flipping or anything like that. It's just going to be the move this one down, move it back up, move it down, move it back up, move it down, back up, back up. Every time you move it back up. So we're going to be working with this layer and that one. And I call it the 1-2-1, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. So when we're working with this layer and this layer, a 1-2-1 move is move the cube down, move it over 1, back up every time you move it, 2, move it twice, back down, move it back up. That's called the 1-2-1. The basic move. This is your basic move in the cube for this we call it bottom edge pieces. The 1-2-1 is going to set you up every time with these two. Now there's one here that's I have trouble with this one. But either way, a 1-2-1 can remove it, and eventually we'll find these two moves here. And I'll show you what these little bad coloring jobs mean. So that's called the 1-2-1. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 1. And when I say 1-2-1, it means moving the bottom layer. The bottom, not the up and down, the bottom. So 1, 2, 1. And I'm flicking that with my back fingers. So that's called the 1-2-1. Okay? So that's your basic move. And all these moves are exactly the same thing. Move the bottom, move the middle layer down, move it over 1, move backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2. That's what the little star means. The little asterisk means counterclockwise, or we'll say to the left. So, and these are 1, 1, 1, 2. So this is the situations, and I'll explain that now in a minute. So basically, the 1-2-1. So our object of the 1-2-1 is to get one of these in the correct spot. Okay? That's our only goal right now. Sometimes if you do it once, the whole cube is solved. Not very often, but it happens. So basically, we're trying to get at least one in the correct location for now. And then we're going to try to get 2 in the correct location in this pattern. So, do we have anything in the right position here now? Not necessarily the correct way up, or we say the correct, orientated correctly, I guess. So we're not trying to get that. We're just trying to get one in the right spot. So let's pick any side, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's pick one and do a 1-2-1. 1, back up, 2, back down, 1, back up. The 1-2-1. Now let's take a look at the cube, see if we got anything in the right spot. Oh, okay. We do have something in the right spot. So ideally, we would like to have one of these things happen, which means if you look at the bottom of the cube, 2 are in the right spot. You'll see in a minute, because we'll probably come to that situation. But the situation looks like this. You got 1 here and 1 here that's backwards. You got 1 here and 1 here that's backwards. The rest of them are okay. So you got 2 that's misplaced here. And is there going to come, when you do this 1-2-1, you're going to get a situation like this or like this. And maybe even like this. Doesn't happen very often. But if you get in that situation, I just do a 1-2-1 to get out of that situation. So let's try to get one of these situations. So we're going to do a 1-2-1 again on the good side. Right, on the only piece we have available, or in the right spot. We're going to do a 1-2-1 again to try to make this thing happen. So 1, 2, 1. Aha, look. We did a 1, 2, 1, and what do we have? Look at that. Correct, correct. This one, this one. So that's what we want. Right here. We want this situation. And with that situation, we're going to solve the cube. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this along here. 1, 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2. That's all this stuff here. And then when we get to here, we're going to do a basic 1, 2, 1, and the cube will be solved. So before we go to 1, 2, 1, we're just going to turn the cube to the left, like that, and work on that side. So let's start off. So we're going to work with this face here. Okay, so your cube is like this right now. I'm doing it just as like the diagram. There, 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 there. We're going to turn it like this. We're going to work with that bottom side. So we're going to turn it right around backwards, like that. We're going to work always white face up. So we're going to turn it backwards like that. And we're going to go follow this. And you can do a screenshot here or whatever. But we're going to do this thing here. It's like a 1, 2, 1, but it's funnier steps. So basically, what do I say here? We're going to do 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2. Then we're going to stop and we'll go to a 1, 2, 1. So let's do the first part. So again, we're correctly working with this face right here. So we're going to go 1, right? 1, back up, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2, back up. There you go. So we did the first part. Now I said turn the cube to the left. I'm going to turn it to the left. Always white side up though. I'm going to turn it to the left. And we're going to do a basic 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 1. Cube solved. Okay? So that's how you get, like I say, you just do a 1, 2, 1 till you get this situation or this situation. I call that an H because the bottom of the cube looks like an H. But I'm going to try to duplicate the H now in a second by doing this backwards. See if I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can. So basically, we just did a 1, 2, 1 after we did everything else. After we did this right here, we did a 1, 2, 1. So let's make this situation happen here, the H, by just doing it. We'll do it on a solved cube. We should be able to replicate this H. So what have I got here? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we go like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. There you go. So by doing this little simple thing, turning the bottom layer 1, putting the middle layer back up, bottom 1 over, middle layer back up, by going back and forth like this, without ever having changing the sides, we just made the situation. So I think to get out of that situation, so if you find yourself in a situation like this, by doing this 1, 2, 1, the 1, 2, 1 is the basic move. This is going to get all your things in place. So with the 1, 2, 1, we're going to start off with the star right here. We're working with this face. We're working on the top of H. This one or that one. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to do that situation. This situation right here should bring the cube back to being done. So we're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. There. We just did it. We just reversed the situation. We put the cube in that state and we took it out of that state by doing this move. And this is going to be the same with this. If I can try it. I don't know. I never tried this before. We could probably put it in a situation like this too. So let's just go. 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2, to the left, 1, 2, 1. There you go. I didn't do that before, but here you go. So we put ourselves in a situation like this again from a solved cube. So let's do it. So what did I say? You find yourself in that situation. Move it to the back of you. We're working with the, turn the cube right around, so we're working with that face right here, the blue face. Now if we do that, we should return to the actual solved cube. So let's try it. 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 1, backwards 2, or forwards 2, backwards 2. It doesn't matter. You're bringing the cube back around. Back up. Turn it to the left. 1, 1, 2, 1. There you go. So these are the situations. Again, now I'm just going to do something really weird to try to mess it up, and we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so we messed up the cube by doing just a bunch of 1, 2, 1s. So what we're looking for when you do the cube, we're looking for one piece. We'll go through one more time just to make sure you understand, because I'm not very good at explaining things on, whatever. Okay, so we're looking for any one in the right place, and then we're going to do a 1, 2, 1. Okay, so, well, we do have one in the right place, right here, green. So we'll work with that side. Middle layer, 1, 2, 1. Oh, shit. Anyway, that could happen too. You can solve the cube by just doing a 1, 2, 1, which obviously I just did. But in any case, that's how you do it. If you have a problem, let me know. Like I say, I'm not a professional at this. I'm just trying to help people out. Doing the cube the way it was done, the way I learned back in, I don't know, 80-something. So, like I say, your goal is to do the 1, 2, 1 with any one piece. You want to see one piece. And then that's going to lead you to a situation like this. Or a situation like this, which I don't really know how to get out of. Not explanation-wise. I can get out of it, no problem. But to explain it is difficult. So all I'm going to tell you is just, if you assign yourself, they're all 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all backwards. In the right spot, but not in the right... They're not oriented. They're in the right location, but they're not oriented correctly. All you have to do is one of these moves, any one of these moves, to get out of that situation. And that should bring you to either this, or basic back to the beginning. Okay? That's how I did it. I didn't know how to get... back then, I didn't know how to get out of this situation. I didn't know any of these combos to get out of that situation. So basically, I just did any of these combinations to hopefully get to this combination, this combination. But that's your only possible 3, and I don't see that very often. But I think if you get yourself into that situation, if you do a 1, 2, 1, and then the H, I think that solves the cube. However, I didn't try it, but I think you can try it. You can mess around with it. Like I say, it's easy once you know this, and this. 1, 2, 1, this one, and that one. Okay? I'm repeating myself a lot because I don't know if I'll be able to do more videos. But like I say, that's how you do it, and hope you have a great day. And if you have any problems, let me know. And my next video, I'm going to do just solve it from scratch. So you're just all the way, go the whole way. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.